It's the 3 on PLAXtv.
Yeah. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy PLAX, and I'm back again with another episode of the 3 on PLAXtv. And in this episode, I am giving my NBA Finals predictions: the Denver Nuggets versus the Miami Heat. But before I get into that, I wanted to talk to y'all real quick. I'm back. I don't know if anybody has noticed or anything like that, but I took like a week and a half break because I needed it. I took a break from PLAXtv. I took a slight break from R&P, but R&P had a lot of stuff going on. We still got a lot of stuff going on within the next few weeks. We did a movie premiere. That video will be coming out Friday. Our 100th episode is this Saturday. Like, the live episode is this Saturday. If you live in Buffalo or you're going to be in Buffalo this weekend, definitely pull up to the Trend Up store on 95 Allen Street and hang out with Rick and I and our whole crew, and come shop as well. Yeah, but like mostly I took a break because I needed it just to like reflect on things and just decide what I want to do going forward and make some decisions. And the main decision that I came to was keep going. Keep doing your thing, keep churning stuff out. But I also learned that in this content creator world, in this content creator space, it's always good to take a break, to just decompress, reassess, figure stuff out, or just to relax, because this is a lot. Like, I'm a dad. I work full time. I do this stuff on the side. I also have R&P as well. So it becomes a lot sometimes. Like I told you guys, I edit like 8+ videos a week, and I'm churning those out on a regular basis. And that's on a slow week. Like, that's bare minimum 8 videos, So I think I just really needed it, and I feel a little bit better, and I'm ready to get going. That's why I got this video for you guys. I was supposed to have it out yesterday, but I was like, let me extend my break a little bit longer. But I'm back, and we are talking about the NBA Finals. We are talking about the Denver Nuggets versus the Miami Heat. Let me start with the Heat real quick. Okay, so the Heat versus Boston. I picked Boston to win. I picked Boston to win the NBA championship in the beginning. If you went to my, I think in my playing video, I said Boston should win. And I also said, like, it wasn't the playing video. It was maybe the conference final video, where I was like, Boston seems like they're fucking around a lot, like they bullshitting. But they were winning the series, so it was like, okay, I guess it's fine. But they did it again. This series, the conference final, was an emotional roller coaster, because even though I picked Boston to win, I was going for Miami and Jimmy Butler. And Jimmy and the Heat went up 3-0 off of Jimmy's amazing performance, and Caleb Martin playing consistent, and Bam playing out of his mind. Just all the guys just playing really well together. And then Boston proceeded to win 3 straight, which was scary as a fan, because yes, I picked Boston to win, but I wanted Miami to win because I just love Jimmy Butler and everything he does. He's just a hard worker. But in those 3 games that Miami lost, Jimmy didn't really play too well. He played okay, but he didn't play the way he had been playing in the beginning of the series, which was scary. But Miami was able to close out in Game 7 in Boston. Jimmy was able to win the Larry Bird Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I personally, and my buddy, I looked at the stats a little bit more, and my buddy disagreed with me. I do feel like Caleb Martin had a really good chance to win that. I feel like Jimmy deserved it because Jimmy got them here. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy got them here, and off the strength of that, yes. But if we're just talking about the conference final, I really think Caleb Martin. Ooh, this is tough. Caleb Martin had a good chance to win that Finals MVP. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, and then based on the votes, I think it was 5 Jimmy, 4 Caleb, so it was close. I do think the league just in general shouldn't be afraid of like co-winners of things. I feel like we've gotten away from that a lot. And I feel like sometimes we should have co-winners sometimes. Maybe not necessarily this time specifically because Jimmy does deserve it in the strength that he got them there. But Caleb Martin played out of his mind the entire series. I wasn't expecting that from him. Fucking Strus was playing great. Duncan Robinson, even though he hasn't played much this season, came out and played hard. But Duncan Robinson always comes to play when it's playoff time, finals time. He always comes to play and elevates himself. Strus, who else? Gabe motherfucking Vincent, even though he got hurt like in the middle of the series somewhere, he played great. And I just love this Heat team. I really do. And it's not just because it's an underdog story. It's just the motherfuckers play hard. They always bring it. Sometimes they falter a bit, but I think that's just because they don't have a true superstar. Yes, Jimmy is great. Yes, Bam is great. Yes, Caleb Martin is great, right? But they don't have a true like LeBron James or Giannis or KD or Nikola Jokic. They don't have that. So I think that's why they tend to falter. I feel like if they did have that, they'd be unstoppable. Like if they had a Kawhi Leonard or a PG on their team on top of what they already have, they would be unstoppable, I think. Because they always come to play, whether they making shots, missing shots, injured, half the roster, they always come to play, and you gotta appreciate that. But it was definitely an emotional roller coaster. I'm super proud of Jimmy, and I would like for Miami to win the championship. I'm gonna get more into that in a second, but I'm going with Denver to win it realistically. But I've said that 3 or 4 times about Miami, that they realistically should lose a series, and they haven't. So we're going to see. But as far as Denver goes, they did what I expected. I didn't really expect a sweep per se, but they did what I expected. I expected them to win the series. No surprise really there. They were just a better team. They're younger, just more talented. They've been playing together for a long time. Like the Lakers, even though they have been playing well to get to the conference final. They're a new team. They just got put together after the All-Star break. You see what I'm saying? Like they elevated their play to get them to where they got, but realistically, were they supposed to win a championship? No. You know what I'm saying? Would that have been nice? Did I believe in them because they had LeBron James and Anthony Davis? Yes, of course. When you got LeBron James, you always got a chance. But realistically, against a team that's played together, most of that team has been together for a very long time. Mike Malone has been their coach for a long time. Like I think the graphic said like 15 years or something like that. Like that team was supposed to win that series. So yeah, but I will say this: Jokic and Murray, that high screen and roll, guard pick, handoff shit they be doing is scary as fuck. That shit is scary. Like I don't know what to do. I've never seen no shit like that. Like what do you do with that? 7 foot tall, big that can shoot, pass, dribble, and a guard that can shoot, pass, and dribble, and the guard is setting the screen. That's insane. That's insanity. I will say though, I do think if anybody can stop it, I think Miami can, because they play a lot. Like they did in Game 7 against Boston, right? They stopped them from shooting threes, and they gave them the twos, basically. For the most part, they gave them the twos, which when Miami went up 10 or 11 or something like that in Game 7, I was like, don't let them shoot threes. If they want Al Horford to get 50 tonight, let Al Horford get 50 on layups tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think this might be my hot take of the video, I guess. I think Miami should do the same thing. Like, stop the threes. Let Jokic get 50, 60 if he wants to. Stop Murray and Michael Porter and Bruce Brown. Even though Bruce Brown don't shoot a lot of threes, he's more so cutting to the basket. But prevent Jokic from getting those passes off and getting people involved, because that's their bread and butter. Let Jokic go one-on-one with somebody, play heavy one-on-one defense on the perimeter, and switch a lot. And I think Miami could get it done. I don't think it's impossible for Miami to get it done. Even though I am picking Denver, but I don't think it's impossible for Miami to get it done if they run how they ran against Boston in Game 7. I think it's very possible. They're not gonna sweep them, but I think they could, inch out the series. Now I'm a talk about the teams that lost a little bit real quick. Well, I guess maybe not so much the teams, but LeBron James specifically. LeBron teased a retirement. I personally don't think he's going to retire. I think he is tired just from the rigmarole of everything and media, just what they say about him. And I don't know. I'm not a LeBron James fan, as some people think I am because of how hard I go for him in the GOAT debate. But just as a basketball fan, I've been watching basketball consistently since 2008. And once I learned about basketball and became a true fan, I started to study the game. So I've studied the players from the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I've seen all of that stuff. I didn't see it in person, but I've studied it. I've watched it. I've looked back into it extensively. And out of all the history of the NBA, to me, there is no better all-around basketball player than LeBron James. And he has the MVPs and championships and points and statistics and all of that stuff to match it. He's not only he not only has the visual look of a GOAT, you see what I'm saying, but he also has the statistics behind him. Yes, his finals record isn't the greatest, but the motherfucker also went to the finals, 10 times straight. And he played against arguably some of the greatest teams in NBA history, the Warriors, the Spurs. And the one time that he lost in 2007, he had a terrible team, literally one of the worst teams to make it to the finals ever. So it's just like, I get it. Jordan was amazing. He defied gravity, like his will to win. All that shit is amazing. But when you're talking about just an all-around basketball player who's just good at everything, sometimes great at most things, I just don't see why people don't pick LeBron James. And I think it's just the mysticism of Michael Jordan at this point. Because Jordan, as great as Jordan is, he was great at two things: scoring and playing defense, which is very important. But LeBron is great at everything, Also, and then on top of all of that, longevity. The motherfucker's 38 years old, still averaging 28 points a game, 8 assists, 8 rebounds, a steal, 2 blocks. Come on. I personally think that's crazy that we're still even talking about it in that sense, but that's just me. As far as Boston, I was talking to my dad about this earlier. Boston has 2 choices, and I don't think either choice is necessarily wrong, right? Boston's 2 choices is stick with what you got and hope that it works out eventually. And by workout, I mean they end up winning the championship eventually. Or you blow it up because it's just not working for some reason. Like, these guys, they make it to the conference finals. They made it to the finals last year. They just can't get it done. And I don't know exactly what it is. Like, we can't keep saying it's being young because they've been here before multiple times. And I know I've been hyping up Jimmy and the Heat, but this is an 8th seed who is injured. Like, a 20 point per game scorer is gone. Tyler Hero was out. Max Strus, they backup point, or they actually not they backup, they starting point guard was out for a game. They lost Victor Oladipo before the playoffs even started. This is a depleted team, and they went up 3-0 against y'all and beat y'all in 7. And like I said before, like the Atlanta series, that went too long. That went 6 games. And Philly was beat up. Or not Philly. Embiid was beat up, and they still just had trouble and went to 7 games. I feel like that series should have went 6 games. And I just don't know what it is. They seem to like crumble. They seem to like lose interest. And somebody, I think Jeff Van Gundy made a comment and was like, they're not really a comeback team. So if you get up on them, you might have it. And that's, as true as that may be, that's not an excuse. That's not a good enough excuse for me, not for a team with high expectations. Like I said, I picked Boston at the play-in. I think I picked Boston in the beginning of the season to win the championship because I was like, they went to the finals last year. They went 4-2 against Golden State. This is their time now, and they didn't get it done. So I don't know. They got 2 trades, and blowing it up don't necessarily mean like get rid of everybody, but Jaylen Brown or getting rid of Tatum or I don't know, but I'm leaning towards just letting it play out. Maybe even trying to get a third guy. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe investing in an actual big, because like Horford is a big, but he's old. Don't get me wrong, Horford has played great in Boston. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying he is still older. And Rob Will is a great defender, but he's small. So maybe investing in an actual big. Maybe trying to go get Dame. Or I don't know who else is out there. Maybe a Hart, and just trying something, getting a third guy to pair with Tatum and Brown. Now the other thing is I don't know if they had the money for that, but I don't know. Boston is confusing sometimes because I feel like this year was their year to win, and they kind of crumbled a bit. But I don't know. We'll see next year. We'll see what happens. I think Jaylen Brown, his contract is up or something, so we'll see what comes out of that. Maybe they do a sign and trade or something like that. We'll see. But I kind of already gave my picks a little bit, but I pick Denver to win it. Is that necessarily what I want? No. But I do pick Denver to win the championship. Statistically speaking, like the logical thing is Denver wins this in what? Six games, right? But my heart wants Miami to win. And I've said this throughout the entire playoffs, and Miami has well overperformed. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Whatever happens, I will talk to you guys about it. I just think Denver will be back if they lose, right? I feel like they keep this team together, which I don't see them breaking this team up after going to the finals, and I don't think they will fire Mike Malone after going to the finals, but keep this team together as best as possible. Maybe even add a couple more things if you can. And I think they come back next year and they can win. Jimmy, even though I've said this before, Jimmy and the Heat, I said this in 2020. I was like, well, they won't be back in the finals, but this was a great performance by Jimmy Butler. And then 3 years later, he did it again, so I could be wrong. But this may be Jimmy's last real chance. So I think this is time for him to seize the moment and make it happen. And he has been thus far. But again, realistically speaking, I think Denver wins the series in 6. I would like for Miami to win in 5. That would be great. That would be beautiful. That's not gonna happen though. But Guys, I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back. That break was very refreshing, but I'm glad to be back. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about the just different stuff I said about Boston, about my picks, how you felt about the Heat going up 3-0. Are you a Celtics fan? What do you think? I got a friend. She's a Celtics fan. Haven't talked to her much in a while, actually, but she's a huge Celtics fan. I think she actually went to the game. I would like to hear what she thinks about the entire situation. But yeah, just let me know what who do you think is gonna win the championship. What do you think about Boston? What do you think about LeBron and his legacy and stuff like that? Just let me know in the comments down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ding that notification bell so you know every time I drop a video. And most of all, YouTube, I love you guys. Peace.
It's the 3 on PLAXtv.
Yeah.